first appeared. They continued to evolve when dinosaurs ruled the earth, as the first birds fluttered against the wind, when the first mammal suckled its young. The shark is seen as a living symbol of terror. The nightmare is reenacted time and time again. The remorseless killer, the helpless victim. In fact, the remorseless killer is most often ourselves, the shark, the victim. Millions upon millions have been killed and exploited, even as we have extolled the shark's ferocity. More and more, we are invading the domain of sharks. By accident and by design, we are encountering them eye to eye. It is a meeting fraught with both fear and fascination. To know these creatures is to go where few have gone before, to do what few have dared. We invite you to join our exploration of a forbidden domain. The undersea world of the sharks. Out of the water, it is an ungainly, delicate creature that may be crushed to death by its own weight. But here, it moves with supreme assurance and grace. For the most part, sharks live and die in a shadowy world beyond human understanding or compassion. In popular conception, all are
not the vicious, terrible things that people have built them up to be. We're invading their ecological environment, and if we behave, they'll behave too. In the very jaws of the shark, scientists find beauty and efficiency. For instance, most sharks are highly streamlined. It would seem they could only bite something directly underneath them. But at the crucial instant, the whole shape of the shark's head can change. The jaw is thrust forward and the teeth extended outward. It's a swift and fascinating transformation. During its attack, the shark's eye may seem vulnerable, too close to the flailing victim in its jaws. But many species have a special protective membrane that can snap closed in an instant. The notorious jaws of a great white, the largest predatory shark. The prominent teeth will cut paper as cleanly as a razor blade. This awesome weapon never wears out. Most sharks shed their teeth frequently. They'll grow and replace thousands of them in a lifetime. There are nearly 350 species of sharks. Most are harmless to man and very different from our common idea of them. In their sheer variety, sharks are wondrous animals indeed. A basking shark, weighing over 6 tons. Like great whales, this extraordinary creature strains plankton from the sea, swimming with its huge jaws agape. More than 1,600 tons of water an hour pass through the cavernous mouth, day after day, year after year.
The biggest fish in the world, the whale shark, may attain more than 40 feet in length and 13 tons. It, too, is a plankton feeder, docile and generally harmless. Underwater encounters with the whale shark are very rare and highly exhilarating. The cruising giant may accommodate passengers, sometimes carrying divers for miles. Underwater caves in search of prey. He found sharks. They were apparently healthy, but lethargic, showing little inclination to attack or flee. Reports of their remarkable behavior would soon filter back to Eugenie Clark.
Well, everyone thought that that type of shark just kept swimming all the time and had to. And
Behave when confronted in confined corners of the caves. It is true and baffling. These sharks belong to species always thought to be perpetual swimmers and highly dangerous to man. Most of the sleeping sharks are being cleaned by remoras, fish commonly found in company with sharks. They meticulously remove parasites from the shark's bodies. For the first time, the remora's housekeeping services to its host can be closely observed and filmed in the wild. Divers ultimately grow so trusting of these sleeping sharks, they will dare to touch and caress them. The gesture would be considered madness under normal circumstances. It's a heart-stopping moment when a large tiger shark suddenly becomes alarmed and must choose between attack and escape. Eugenie Clark discovered that seawater here is mixed with fresh water seeping from the sea bottom. This can loosen the grip of parasites that afflict sharks and allow the remoras to work most effectively. The sleeping behavior may be prompted by the unusually high oxygen content of these waters, making it easier for sharks to breathe without swimming and perhaps having a narcotic effect the sharks enjoy. The phenomenon of sleeping sharks remains a fascinating mystery. It's possible that many sharks sometimes behave this way, lying in huge underwater dormitories that are yet to be discovered. World War II at sea. There had never been such a far-flung human conflict or such widespread fear of shark attack. Correctly or not, the deaths of hundreds were attributed to sharks. Very few facts were known, but the U.S. Navy mustered all the reassurance it could, the product of too hasty research and pure hearsay.
South Seas and barracuda and other dangerous fish. But some of us have been close enough to touch them and didn't lose anything more than about 10 years' pleasant dreams. Very few sharks are man-eaters. Brown-skinned natives of the South Seas readily swim in waters where sharks are plentiful, yet they are almost never attacked. There are many cases on record of our flyers swimming fully clothed near sharks without being attacked. Maybe in their work uniforms they didn't look like good eating. But what is more likely, they were not seen. Sharks have very poor eyesight and rely mostly on their sense of smell for guidance. They are also great cowards and can be easily frightened away. There have been many instances where one or more men in the water scared off approaching sharks by simply thrashing the water. And believe me, brother, when you see a shark heading your way, you can really thrash. And you may be sure that somewhere, ships are scouring the sea looking for you.
Much of this wartime wisdom did not stand up to later research. Shark chaser a supposed repellent issued in great quantities during the war, was shown to be inadequate. It did repel some sharks, but others treated it with total indifference. The number of shark species considered potentially dangerous to man has decreased with continuing research. Sharks proved much more sophisticated than the simple, stupid eating machines they were once thought to be. It has long been known that sharks' sense of smell is keen, but what about their vision and hearing? What sounds would repel or attract them? Advising swimmers to thrash the water in order to frighten sharks away may have been extremely unwise. The best evidence now suggests that such irregularly pulsed low-frequency sounds tend to attract rather than repel many species of sharks. A University of Miami team conducts an eye examination on a tiger shark captured in the wild. Amazingly, this shark submitted quietly to the examination, conducted in an improvised undersea laboratory off the Bahamas. A few stitches prevent the protective membrane from closing over the eye. The myth that sharks have poor eyesight is being dispelled. Sharks studied thus far appear to see quite well, although some are farsighted. The shark's sensitivity to light is superior to humans, and they are especially good at detecting movement. If man and shark meet, what provokes an attack? It is clear that no shark species normally feeds on man. In an effort to understand the special circumstances that trigger an attack, dummy human forms are offered to the aggressive great white shark. The great white does feed on sea mammals and shows little, if any, fear of man. It has undoubtedly attacked and killed humans and was the living inspiration for Jaws. Do certain colors prompt attack? No definite answers are known, but available evidence tends to suggest that the bright, highly reflective hues commonly used for life-saving equipment do nothing to discourage an aggressive shark. One expert, only half joking, has suggested that sharks may be attracted to life vests when they are the color he morbidly terms yum yum yellow.